wanted to get up on there, walk across. There's no one to take a picture. So I was going to do the walk around on ground level, but the building work going on I don't know how these people can wear their coats. It's getting really warm. I think they feel the cold here. For me, this is like a really nice hot summer's day. My coat's already come off. I think this is taking me the right way. So many roads in Hong Kong, you'd never get across them all. This is why they built these bridges. I think I know where I am now. I think so. Where are we going? We need to walk down here. To be here. It's where the trams run over that side. I'm actually half an hour early, which I'm pleased about. I still need to do a bit of walking. There's the bridge there. So I'm meeting them down at the Hung Seng Bank. Chow. There they are, look. Do you know Wendy Wu?
I heard about. Yeah, I heard about.
I went with them. They were pretty good. Well, only once.
So on the other side of the street, that is a very typical Hong Kong restaurant, and then what they're hanging along the window is the roasted goose. Roasted goose. Hong Kong people, we love to have roasted goose. Soy sauce chicken, barbecue pork chop. So if you have a chance to walk past by this kind of restaurant, please try our roasted goose. Because some of the people, like if they come from Singapore or Malaysia, before they fly back home, they will buy a whole roasted goose, bring back their home and then share with the family. So roasted goose is one of the most popular food in Hong Kong. Okay, this way please. This way. Actually, duck is tastes similar, not similar. It's just goose is bigger, but we prefer goose. If we have duck, we probably have it what we call the Peking style. Slice the skin, wrap the rose paper, that is Peking duck. Duck is we have Peking style. This way.
Sorry?
Did you know it was goose?
My what?
Did you know it was goose?
Goose?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Goose?
Yeah. I thought it was duck.
Yeah, I thought it was duck. Goose. God.
Something we never eat in the UK.
Yeah.
Sometimes at Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose at Victorian times we ate it.
Well, don't forget, this is a lot of this is tradition. You know, the traditions are British, so maybe
Yeah.
we ate goose as well. I don't know. Glad we don't have that in the UK. It drives me mad at crossing every road.
Hong Kong, we open late, we open till late. So most of our shop open at around 11 and they close at around 10:30, 11 in the evening.
Yeah, I went to Chungking Mansions earlier. It was all closed. Do they not open
You mean
until-
this morning?
Yeah, about 9 a.m.
Everything closed until 11.
I see.
11 we start.
I'll have another look later.
The only thing that we open in the morning is the grocery store.
Yeah.
And also restaurant.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that we have. Okay, so come a bit closer. So the building that we're in now is called the Central Market. Central Market. This building was built in 1939. 1939. But in 2005, we transformed to a very modern building such as shopping mall, food courts. But before 2005, this is the place that our housewife will come every day to buy fresh vegetables, seafood, chicken, goose, duck, halal. Okay, because Hong Kong people, we would love to have fresh food. And the only way that we make sure it's fresh is see it alive before we eat it. Okay, so even for chicken, ducks, and goose, it's alive. And of course, we don't bring it home and kill it ourselves. When we bought it, we'll ask the owner to help us to kill it, and then we'll bring back home. Okay, and then also in Hong Kong, our housewife will come here. Why they come here every day is because the size of our apartment is very small. It's everywhere to solve our population problem. And then in Hong Kong, we are not on earthquake zone, so we don't have earthquakes in Hong Kong. So the high rises is very safe. Okay, like a few days back, they have a big earthquake, and it even affect Thailand, also some part in China. But we don't have earthquakes. The only natural disaster Hong Kong has is what we call typhoon. Typhoon in US we call cyclone, hurricane. Okay, so this is the only natural disaster that we have in Hong Kong. And in Hong Kong, to you, that's no meaning. It's just a pronunciation. But Hong Kong translates to English, which means good smell harbor, frequent harbor. Okay, and then we have another saying that Hong Kong is called Incense Harbor. Why Hong Kong called Incense Harbor is because in the 18th century, when the Navy from British arrived Hong Kong, when they sail along the shore, they smell a lot of incense. Because along the shore we have a lot of temples. And then in the temple we burn incense. So that's why they smell the incense. So Hong Kong was also called Incense Harbor. Okay? And then Hong Kong we divided into three major areas. Now we're on the southern part of Hong Kong, we call Hong Kong Island. Okay, the middle part we call Kowloon. Kowloon translates in English, which means 9 dragons. 9 dragons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, surrounding Kowloon we have 8 mountains. And then in Chinese feng shui idea, have you ever heard of feng shui? A superstitious idea, yin yang, positive, negative. Okay, we believe that in each mountain has 1 dragon spirit living inside. So 8 mountains will have 8 dragons. But why we call Kowloon is because the last king in the Tao Center, he escaped to Kowloon. And also on the king's float has a dragon. So that's why all add together, 9 dragons. Okay, 9 mountains and also on the king's body. Okay, so that's why we call that. So that's why in the old days, from 2,000 years ago, the first dynasty we call the Chong Dynasty, which is the Terracotta Warriors. Until 200 years ago, the Qing Dynasty. Dragon can be only used by the king. If local people like me, if I use a dragon as a decoration for my clothes or in my house, what I'm going to have is my whole family will have a death penalty. Not only myself, my whole family. What I mean whole family is my parents, my grandparents, my child, my grandchild, my nephew, uncle, auntie, everybody that's related to me, they'll have a death penalty. Okay, because the king thought that our family would like to become the royal family. So before they give us chance, they kill them all. So that's why in the old days, king dragon cannot be used for ordinary people. Okay, and the northern part of Hong Kong we call New Territories, okay, which is connect Hong Kong and China. And why Hong Kong divided into 3 parts is because of the history. In 18th century, the Qing government was very weak during that time. And they have a lot of war between the Western country and the Qing government. And during that time, the Qing government lost the war in 1840. So that's why 1842, Hong Kong Island actually was given to England. And in 1860, Kowloon was also given to England because they lost the Second Sino-British War. And then New Territory was different. New Territory was, during that time, the British government, when they have Hong Kong Island and Kowloon, they think it's too small to develop. So that's why they asked the Qing government to rent the New Territory. And the lease term is for 1990s, starting in 1898. So that's why 1997, 3 parts of Hong Kong all go back to China. Okay, and then in 1990s, the most questions that we heard from the foreigners is, how do we feel about 97? Okay, during that time, a lot of us are really afraid. So a lot of us immigrate to overseas. Okay, because what they're afraid of is they're afraid when central government take over Hong Kong, they will get all our money and all our property and share everybody in China. Okay, so that's why they're really afraid. But when the China government took over Hong Kong, they have a policy. Even nowadays, we remain this policy. We call one country, two systems. So one country remain Hong Kong as part of China. Two systems, which means China still remain socialism. Hong Kong still remain capitalism. Okay, so that's why starting in 2000, a lot of Hong Kong people, they come back and start their new business again. Okay, so that is what happened in the 1990 to around 2000. Because during 1990, China is very mystery. We don't know what they are going to do. Okay, so that's why even nowadays we are one country, but we still have the border control between Hong Kong and China. For example, you come to Hong Kong, you don't need a visa. You go to China, you need a travel visa. And the people from mainland China, if they want to come to Hong Kong, they need to apply a tourist visa every time. And Hong Kong people, if we want to go back to China, we will hold what we call a home return permit. That is a 10-year use multi-permit. And Hong Kong people, when we go back to China, we are allowed to work in China. But Chinese people, when they come to Hong Kong, they're not allowed to work unless they get a citizenship for Hong Kong. So this is one of the ways to prevent Hong Kong disappear. Because if we don't have the border control, I think 1.4 billion people, at least 90% will come to Hong Kong and try to look for a job. Because during that time, Hong Kong is a lot more modern, our welfare is a lot better, the living style is a lot better than China, but now China seems to catch up a lot. Okay, so what are we going to do next is we are going to experience the world's longest outdoor escalator. Okay, the total length is 800 meters. And then we'll experience a few sections, and then we'll bring us to the oldest police station in Hong Kong. And then once you arrive there, I'll give you more information about that area and also bring you the highlight point on that area. And afterwards, I'll give you free time. Okay, a few things that I have to remind you that is very important. For the last week, our policeman has caught a lot of people for jaywalking. So please always follow the traffic lights. Okay, because if you're caught by jaywalking, 2,000 Hong Kong dollar for penalty. 2,000 Hong Kong dollar. I don't know why starting last week they catch a lot of people. Okay, maybe our government is lack of money, I don't know why. Okay, and the other thing is Hong Kong, you can see our street is quite clean. Every 2 to 3 blocks we'll have a trash can because we also have a big penalty for litter. 3,000 Hong Kong dollar for litter if you were caught. So these two things, please put it in mind. And the other thing is when we use the escalator, normally we'll stand on the right-hand side, and then we'll leave the left-hand side for the people who are in a hurry to walk past one. Okay, so later when we use the escalator, please stay on the right-hand side. Okay, so something that I haven't mentioned, that if you want to know, please feel free to ask. Okay, let's wait, please.
Are you saying that it waits until the green man shows?
Yes.
Now
even if it's, for example, even you haven't started walking, it already changed to flashing green. You stop.
Oh, even if it's flashing green?
Yes.
Because
see. Flashing greens, which means you're in the middle, you have to walk faster. Doesn't mean you can stop.
Ah.
I didn't know that in the past.
No, I didn't know that.
I also didn't know that.
I'm new, so I didn't even know about these sounds. You know, on the. So they're fining people now.
They have actually we have this law for a very long time.
Yeah.
It's part of the law, but we just in the past they didn't catch it so often.
Yeah.
And I don't know why this week they do it very often.
Yeah. Because while I was waiting for you, there was an old man, local man, and he was literally dodging in between the trams. But
the problem is maybe that's no traffic lights.
Yeah.
No traffic light is okay.
Yeah.
If it's traffic light, you must follow the traffic.
So don't cross when it's flashing.
Even if it's flashing and it's
That's the
it's
signal
red.
if you're halfway across to get
Yes.
across. I see. Yeah. I see. I mean, a question about what you said about China.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think in like 25 years that when they take over again, do you think it will change here a lot, or do you think?
No, I think Hong Kong will remain the same because the basic concept of China when they took over, when they take back Hong Kong and Macau,
Yeah.
is, for example, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
The major concept is they want Hong Kong people solve Hong Kong problem, and Hong Kong people runs Hong Kong government. So even like 5 years ago, we have a big protest.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning it's a normal protest, but
Yeah.
getting worse and worse, getting more and more violent. Starting throwing the
Yeah.
gasoline,
Yeah.
fire. Even during that time, our army, the Chinese army,
Right.
they didn't come out to arrest any Hong Kong
Right.
citizens. They still let the Hong Kong policemen,
Yeah.
which is Hong Kong citizens,
Yeah.
to solve the problem.
Yeah.
I would say if the army comes at the beginning, it won't last that long.
Yeah.
Okay, but they don't want that. They want Hong Kong people to solve our own problem instead
Yeah.
of the army coming in.
Yeah. And what about the language? Are they putting pressure on Cantonese people here to?
Well, we basically now we still speak Cantonese.
Yeah.
But in a way, it's in the school.
Yeah.
They teach more Mandarin.
Yes.
Before '97, we don't learn Mandarin.
Yeah.
Okay, this way.
So it's a subtle change, isn't it?
Yes.
I think like
And even the writing part, the characters that we use in Hong Kong is different than China.
It's the traditional-
We use the traditional Chinese writing.
Yeah.
And China they use what we call the simplified writing.
Yeah.
Why the simplified writing happened is actually during the war. Because the soldiers they don't study well.
Right.
Yeah. So but they need to pass message.
Yes.
So that's why they simplify. the
Yeah.
writing. So the simplified characters is actually a new thing.
Yeah. Thank you.
He asked me what language.
About the Cantonese language. It will.
So
They're teaching more Mandarin now, basically. Yeah. Do you know of Chungking Express, the film
I have to
with Chungking Express, with what's her name? Famous singer. I can't remember her name now.
underneath around the corner you can see there's a
It's a flat. No flat. No flat. May I squeeze past you? Is that okay? Thank you so much.
sorry.
Thank you. It's okay. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of California Dreaming here. I'm not sure why. International. Oh. Different, isn't it? Have we gone past the bit where? Must be it.
I don't see why it's not. Because bamboo scaffolding, even during Chinese seasons, 99.99% of the bamboo scaffolding still remains along the building, and it also is so efficient. Yeah. I saw them use 2 days to finish 90% of the bamboo scaffolding, which is like 30 levels, with only 12 people. I don't see why.
I think that could be where it was filmed in there. Maybe. Is that the whole escalator there? That was.
No. The whole escalator go all the way up to the way we call the mid-level.
I see.
So the total length is 800. We only use around 1/4 of it.
Okay.
Yes. So this is basically for the people who live up there.
Yeah.
To solve our transportation problem, because up there the road is very narrow.
Yeah.
We can't provide them double deck buses, so that's why we build this escalator for them. In
Yeah.
the morning, it's coming down.
Yeah.
After office hour, starting from 9:30, start going up.
Yeah.
So in the morning, it's coming down.
Does it ever break down? Because
Yes, of course.
Oh my God.
Of course.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
long walk.
Machines is like that. They
Yeah.
won't work forever.
Yeah.
And also sometimes you have to stop to maintain it.
Yeah.
On my
So on my right hand side, this is the oldest police station in Hong Kong. This building was built in 1864. 1864. And the colonial style buildings in Hong Kong basically we use Victorian architect and also Quick Revival architecture. And then this building since until 2005, or about 20 years ago, we still use it as a police station. But after 2005 till nowadays, we transformed to historical buildings. Nowadays, inside is small museum, bookshop, coffee shop, restaurant, and bar. Okay, but in Hong Kong, you don't see much of old buildings because when things getting old, we demolish it and build new high rises, as you see. Okay, so now please follow me this way, please.
Actually, yes. Now it's only like and then just this kind of private apartments. But of course you can rent. It's private market. You can do whatever you want with your apartment.
So the small 600-700 square foot.
600, 700 is not small to us already.
What would be the cost
On this area, to purchase. On this area per square foot. 2,000 to 4,000 US dollars for one floor. Yes, of course. That's why I'm here. You have a seat over here. Okay, so for the others, if you want to, so for your group, if you want to follow me, just follow me. If not, just wait here and I'll come back. Because I'm going to bring you to the highlights of this area. It doesn't matter if you don't want to.
Excuse me,
you don't want to walk,
could you do another
just wait
photo
here.
for me? Thank you, with this in the background. Okay.
The video, you just start the video.
Oh, it's okay.
Do not photo. Start the video.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See.
Sorry.
Okay. You just press the round button. Just press the round button. Very quickly.
Maybe we can move this side, not so forward.
This area in the old days, we call this area all-in-one service. What we mean all-in-one service is we have the police stations over here, and on my right-hand side, the brown brick buildings. That is the courthouse, magistrates. And at the back of this white building is a prison. So all-in-one service. Once you're arrested, they bring you to court. Once you're guilty, they put you in a cell. Once your time is finished, you go out from there. Okay, so all-in-one service. And then in the old days, when they escort criminals to the courthouse, you have a tunnel underneath. So they escort the criminal by the tunnel. So later, I escort you to the magistracy and also to the tunnel and also to the old prison. And then in 1931, we have locked up a very famous person in Southeast Asia. That's a city in Vietnam called Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh City. And Ho Chi Minh actually is the national father of Vietnam. And in 1930, he escaped to Hong Kong. And then during that time, the French government knows Mr. Ho Chi Minh is here. They asked the British government to arrest him. And during that time, actually, the British government, they did arrest Mr. Ho Chi Minh. But the problem is when they arrest Mr. Ho Chi Minh, he said he's not Mr. Ho Chi Minh. Okay, he said, okay, no, I'm not Ho Chi Minh, I'm Jackie Chan, for example. Okay, so that's why they have a law, they have a case between the British government and Mr. Ho Chi Minh for 1.5 years. So actually he was locked up in here for 1.5 years. Okay, even nowadays in Hong Kong, the major difference between Hong Kong and China is our law system. In Hong Kong, we still use common law. Common law. The common law, which means if they're not 100% sure that you're guilty, they will let you go. But in China, once they arrest you, they assume that you're guilty already. So in China, you have to prove yourself innocent. Okay, and then another difference is Hong Kong, we don't have death penalty. Since 1966, we stopped death penalty. But in China, they still have death penalty. So this is the major difference between Hong Kong and China. Okay, so now I'm going to escort you to the magistracy, to the tunnel, and also to the prison. Afterwards, I'll give you some free time.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to my time now, it's almost 11:20. So 11:55. 1155. 11:55. Okay, we meet back here. 11:55. Okay, so please follow to this.
Now you are different in the law system because you were ruled by the British. That's why it's different.
Of course. So we, as I said, China, when the chairman Tang in 90s, before they get back Hong Kong, they said Hong Kong will remain 50 years unchanged. So that's why our driving system is different compared to China. We drive on a different side of the road. We have Hong Kong dollar. China, they use RMB. So this is one of the remain 50 years unchanged. Even the law that we're still using basically.
In the courthouse, they have the dock where the suspect stands, you know, like maritime law, where you have the dock.
Yeah.
And so it's the same as in
it's the
Britain
same.
still.
Yes, it's still
They've maintained that.
Yes, even like in Britain, you have the fake the crane, right?
Yeah.
But you don't use it anymore, right?
They still do.
I think they. Oh,
Yeah.
you still
Yeah.
do. I
The
thought
judge,
that
the judge.
the judge. I thought it stopped.
No,
already.
they still do
The
that.
Hong Kong we still use it.
Some do.
Yeah, Hong Kong we
Crown
still
Court.
use it in the what we call the Supreme Court. We still use that. So actually, we're still pretty much based on before 97.
Yeah.
So actually, nothing's. Well, I won't say nothing. Not much change.
Okay.
Okay, this way.
And what about crime as well here? Because obviously in the mainland it's very, it's pretty safe actually. I have to
Yes.
say.
Hong
What about
Kong
here?
now? The main crime now is financial crime.
Yeah,
Basically, it's scam and fraud.
I see.
Not much of violent crime.
What
not
about
much.
pickpocketing? That kind of thing?
Pickpocket, we still have it. We still have, but
Yeah.
not much compared to the past.
Yeah. Wow. That's okay. Thank you. Wow, still operating under maritime law here in Hong Kong. That won't last, will it? China takes it back. This is a good time to come here. That fusion of
Well, I'm not sure. We don't never know what's going on. But for last 25 years, for what I've seen, it's like China is more open to the world instead of Hong Kong closed. Okay, this one. Kind of like a Mr. Donald Trump said, America to be great again. It's kind of like a saying.
Is this hugely different to the US? I'm kind of guessing it is, isn't
I
it?
think you need to visit the US.
I've never been to the US, so is it? Yeah.
The US is just such a diverse country, I suppose.
Oh no, this is not the prison. This is the tunnel that connect the courthouse. So up there, this stairs is connecting the courthouse. Okay, so this is the holding room. So before the case is ready, the suspect is kept and held in this cell. And once the case is ready, they go up to see the judge and then to solve the case. And then sometimes when you walk around this area, you'll find some Vietnamese writing. Because in 1980s, we have a lot of refugees from Vietnam. So starting in 1980s till around 2000, this is the place that where we keep the Vietnamese. This way.
Just have a look at this.
So the photo on my left hand side, this is taken in 1910. 1910. And this gentleman with white uniform is the policeman during that time. At the beginning age of the British take over Hong Kong, they don't hire Chinese people as a policemen because they are afraid that the Chinese people is not going to arrest the Chinese people. So that's why they hire the people from South Asia, basically. And then this person underneath here is the criminal. Okay, so what it is he was locked up and then he's holding a sign saying his name, what kind of crime that he has committed. Okay, because during the old days, if they involve like mild crime like stealing, pickpocket, those kind of things, or fighting, they don't put them to jail. They don't bring them to court. What they do at the beginning is they hold them here for around like 3 to 6 hours on the streets, hope that they will be feeling ashamed of themselves, and hopefully they're not going to commit crime again. Okay, but during that time, the criminal they don't feel ashamed. They don't bother. Okay, they don't feel upset about it, and they even don't feel scared when they were locked up. Okay.
Didn't work.
It didn't work because when they lock them up, they think, okay, it's good. I don't have to find a place to sleep. I don't have to find my food. So that's why they're not scared being locked up or hold on the streets. So what they did later, they used this, okay, to punish them physically. Okay, this one is the crane used to smash the bottom. Okay, even nowadays, like Singapore, Malaysia, they still use this as a punishment, especially if they were involved in sexual crime. Definitely will be crane on the bottom.
Do they do that in public or is it private?
Not really in public, but you can see. Okay, it's not like in a stadium, but if you're
Like public floggings or whatever they used to call it?
Not, I won't say it's public. It's
No, okay.
but other people can see. This
Yeah.
is one of the way that you scare.
So sort of embarrass them as well,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. But instead of embarrassment, it's punish them in physical. Okay, and then on the right hand side, this is a very important photo to us. This gentleman is smoking opium. In the old days, why they have a war between the central government, the Qing government, and the British government is because during that time they have a big difference of balance of trade. In 18th century, the Qing government, they don't need much from the overseas. They don't buy machines, they don't buy cars, even that time of the age. So they export a lot. So that's why they have a big difference of balance of trade. And then during that time, the British businessmen, they still want to gain money in China. And they found that opium, that they can get a lot of money from the Qing government in China, the Chinese people. But of course, opium is a drug, and it makes people weak. They don't eat, they don't work, they just like laid on and then smoke opium. So actually, that is, during that time, the Qing government, they collect all the opium and then burn it. So actually, this is why they start the war between the Qing government and the British government in the 1840. So besides we call this the first Sino-British War, we also call the war as First Opium. Okay, that is why Hong Kong has to be part of England because of opium. So nowadays in Hong Kong, we are very focusing on drugs. If they're a user, no matter marijuana, cocaine, that kind of drugs, at least we'll put them 6 months to 2 years in the prison until they're not addicted. Okay. So I know that some places in Europe, like Netherlands, some places in the States, marijuana it's kind of entertainment use. But in Hong Kong, no. Once you're caught, once you use it, at least 6 months to 24 months. If they're a drug dealer, lifetime prison. But if in China, of course, death penalty. Okay, this way.
No messing around. Yeah.
No, I respect that.
Yeah. I felt very safe there. Very safe when I was there.
Well, you're not going to be running across any drug dealers or drug users who are
Yeah.
just trying to make some money.
So, thank you.
Yeah. So from Singapore.
You can see that the sign say Airways Delta because during World War II, actually the Japanese army has a fight with the British army in Hong Kong. British army lost the war, they went back to Europe. So that's why during 1941 to 1945, Hong Kong was occupied by the Japanese for 3 years and a half. And that is one of the worst periods in Hong Kong history. So that's why our elderly, like the ancestor, my grandfather, grandparents, they don't like the Japanese because they have a very difficult time during Okay, this one. Yes,
they were expansionary.
Because they want to expand. That is one of the reasons. And actually, it's not only in recent history. They start in, I would say, 14th, 15th century. They already started to come to China. At the beginning, is they just rock along the shore, like the pirates. But afterwards, they actually want to have China because they see China is so big, very fertilized, and also they don't have to worry about earthquakes, those kind of things. So that's why actually it's not only recent history. They start to want to conquer China in the 14th century.
Before World War II, there was the Manchurian. There was the Manchurian crisis, and it was called more.
Well, Manchurian crisis is the people from Mongolia. Mongolia actually is, nowadays Mongolia is in between Russia and China. That is where the Mongolians come from. And then during that time, there was the 15th century when Mongolia actually took over China as well. And then they fight all the way to Europe. That is the Mongolia. During that time, we don't consider
the
Mongolia.
Japanese
No.
weren't
No.
What about all this on here? Is this these markings? Is this part of the old prison or?
I am not.
Oh, it's a chapel memorial.
Chapel.
Chapel. Ah. That looks very European. That looks very European, that.
Well, this is in Britain as well.
Yeah, it's like England.
Okay, so this Victoria prison, Biho, this is where they kept Mr. Ho Chi Minh. And the cell is very small, and then in the old days, if they locked up Chinese criminal, 3 to 4 Chinese criminals will be locked up in one cell. But for foreign criminal, foreigners, 1 person, 1 cell in the old days. And it's very small, but in each cell they have some introductions, some story. If you're interested, you can go inside and have a look. And this building is very small, very small. So once you finish this visit of the prison, if you turn left, walk up, they have a stairs, go up. That is the art aquarium. Okay, art aquarium. Art gallery. And on the right hand side, going down, is to our meeting point. Okay, so when you finish, you can decide which side, left, or maybe left first and then right all the way down. Now it's around 11:35, 20 minutes afterwards, so enjoy your free time, and I'll see you 11:55 by the meeting point.
Okay.
And then you need to go to the washroom, there's a washroom on the right hand side.
Thank you. Oh, wow. My God. This is bizarre. It's the Pocket 3 Club.
This is the original size for 3 people.
Oh. My God, I wouldn't want to be in here.
Check it out.
Take us to all the good places.
And this way you can see the back.
Oh, very claustrophobic.
You can see this is
They brought us to all the good places here, didn't they? Oh my God. Are these like American? Is this very different to American cells?
American cells. They're a little smaller.
Smaller? You wouldn't want to be in here, would you? It's,
I didn't see the specific cell where he was. I don't think
yeah,
they marked
where was he?
it. I don't think they marked it.
I think he meant in general.
I'm going to ask. Let me ask somebody. A guide. A guide.
Do you know which one?
I'm not sure. Maybe this one. Excuse me, which cell was Ho Chi Minh in?
No, there is no record that Ho Chi Minh. That we cannot find the record. We only know he is in this.
He was in this building.
Yes, but
That's
we
what
don't
I
know
thought.
which cell.
That's what I thought our tour guide told us. He was just in this building. We
Yeah.
didn't know which
Yes,
cell.
and even in his diary he didn't say.
So he may have moved actually. He may have moved cells occasionally. Maybe.
Yes,
Possibly.
I guess. But
Okay.
No one can.
No one knows
Right.
exactly where.
Yes.
Thank you. But it was in this building.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh wow. Thank you. Thank you very much.
He said go to the left.
It's the Tai Kwun Heritage Exhibition.
I'm guessing this is what he said. Go this way and
Up this way and then
then back down.
Or is that what the go back?
Heritage. It's very warm now. You can never tell what the temperature is going to be because it was. Well, it's that time of year, I guess. Everything's warming up.
Attendant in the old days. Before 1973, 1972, Hong Kong have a very big problem of corruption, especially the police force. Everybody in the police force corrupt. He corrupt around 4.3 million. Equal nowadays is around 120 million Hong Kong dollars. Okay? Because during that time, the policeman is basically look after the crime, the gangs, the prostitutions, the drug dealer. But in the old days, not only the policemen corrupt, even the firemen, they corrupt. How firemen corrupt is, for example, my apartment is burning. Normally they will water the apartment surrounding the fireplace. But during that time, if the neighborhood didn't give money to the firemen, they just let it burn. So even in the old days, the firemen's put up as well.
So that is here. This is this location. He's standing here.
Yes, it is.
Very quickly, this name is very unusual in England. But do you remember Porridge, the TV sitcom?
Yeah.
There was a character called Godber.
Yeah.
And it was made around this time, 1975. So they used this name in a British comedy show.
Oh, really?
I had no idea. Now I know where it came from. Ronnie Barker, remember? Very interesting. Right there.
So that was Ronnie Barkley's name, and that's
No, it was Richard Beckinsale. He was Fletcher.
So this painting is talking about in the 1915, 1920s of Hong Kong. On the right hand side is very colonial style, very modern cars, bricks. And on the left hand side you can see this is more Chinese. Okay, woods buildings, 3-4 levels. And then in the old days, in between the 17th century for around 200 years time until 19th century, during those days, the men, this is the men, and all the men, when they go outdoor, they must have a tail. It's a must. Okay, if they don't have a tail in the old days, that person, if he was caught, he will have a death penalty. Because in that time when they control, the people that control China is not be considered the people in mainland China. The mainland Chinese, even nowadays, we call them the Han people, H-A-N, Han people. But during the 17th century, actually China was controlled by what we call the Moon people, which is further up north, close to Mongolia. We don't consider them the mainland Chinese. And they, of course, for them, they also don't consider they are Chinese during that time. So that's why they want to control the Chinese people of thinking, they will try to spread them away, or they want to make them look like more Moon people for easy control. So that's why they changed their outlook. So in the old days, all the men, when they go out, they must have a tail. It's a must. If no, you have a death penalty. Okay?
Oh wow.
I'm gonna wait for her.
No problem. It's just a very small magistrate.
Okay.
it seems a very severe penalty, doesn't it? Not time.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the stairs that connect the whole room to the magistracy. And then in Hong Kong, we divided into different levels of court. Magistracy normally is for marked crimes, so they don't have juries, so only for the judge. So those tables and chairs is for the judge. And then further up is what we call the district court.
Yeah.
And then district court is upper that is high court, and the last is the Supreme Court. Before we call the Supreme Court, but after 97 we call the Court of Final Appeal. So they changed the name. Final Appeal, A-P-P-E-A-L.
I see. So this is where we were earlier, wasn't
That's
it?
where we were earlier underneath.
Looking up.
And then yes, they escort them when the case is ready. They escort them up here, and then the judge will announce.
And they wear the wig
Right.
and everything
In
here.
the old days, yes.
In the old days.
But now,
When
no.
did they stop using this as a prison?
The prison, we still use the prison until 2006. After 2006, it also become a historical site. This one, they use it until 1984. But after 1984, this magistracy, what they are using is to register and also to take care of the Vietnam refugees. So that's the stairs that come down the roof.
It's okay, yeah? Okay. Thank you. It's a real seat of power. This seat, I feel very, very authoritative. It's very, yeah. Wow. As you can see, this is where they would have stood. Stood here. My goodness.
No, we don't contain them in the apartment. Unlike China, China didn't allow them to go. In Hong Kong, we're still allowed to be open.
Yeah, built 1914.
Just that you're negative, that they will let you free coming to Hong Kong. But during that time, the central government sends a lot of Chinese tourists to Hong Kong and keep Hong Kong's running.
Oh, okay. So they thought that was during the pandemic?
Yes.
It's getting very warm now. This is the warmest I felt it since I've been over here. See, this is a hot day in England, isn't it? This is their
I think
springtime.
we're having some very nice weather in the UK.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, it's typical.
18 degrees.
Oh my God.
I think the Hong Kongers are still dressed as though it's winter though.
Yeah, because they
They've got
feel the
some
cold.
layers on.
They feel the cold. I said, actually asked my friend, she lives just over the river, over the sea, you know, in that direction towards Zhuhai. And I said to her, what clothes do I need tomorrow? And she said, I'll wear a long sleeve shirt. She said it'd be quite chilly. But this is chilly to them.
Yeah.
But to me, I mean, English people were going around without shirts on, you know.
Which is Taoism Temple. And after the temple,
Scottish people, definitely. From Michigan. Yeah, wow.
What other travelling have you done, David?
Over the last few years, nothing. But I thought last year I'll go to Holland and France, and then I thought, well, I'll go to China. And I haven't done that much travelling.
Okay.
And then I thought, well, I want to come straight back because I enjoyed it so much. And I thought, well, just do it by myself. So that's my travelling.
so that's why you walk everywhere.
I've just
Very
started.
ambitious. You seem a natural.
I've not travelled for over 20 years.
Now for our petrol per liter, our petrol is around 3.5 US dollars for 1 liter of petrol. That's all. It's about 6
That's about the same price as it is in the UK.
Is it? UK also that expensive?
So do you get many mainlanders coming here as tourists?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Nowadays, every year we have around 20 to 22 million people from mainland China, which is approximately 53% of our total tourists.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're feeling homesick, a little M&S food.
Yeah, oh my goodness. But M&S are very popular here, aren't they?
No.
No? Do you ever shop
Wait
in
for me
them?
over there.
Okay. Right, next to M&S. Are you familiar with this store?
Never heard of it.
It's very popular in England. It's a legacy of it when we were here, so they still like it, I think.
What's different about it?
Mar- Could I ask you to do a photo? Thank you.
It's one of the most expensive areas, apartments living in Hong Kong. Okay, depends the ages of the buildings. Per square foot on this area is around 2,000 to 4,000 US dollars per square foot. So Hong Kong now is the most expensive apartments in the world, not one. It's the most expensive. Okay, and then other 30% of our population will live in government houses, provide for the low-income class people. And every month they have to pay around 3,000 to 4,000, so 300 to 400 US dollars as a rent. And then normally our government has a policy per person. They have to give them 75 square feet per person. So if there's family with around 4 people, our government will give them around 320 square feet. You can square feet. You live within 4 people. Okay, which is still very small. Okay, and then in Hong Kong, the other 10%, they rent the apartment. But some of them, they cannot afford to rent a proper apartment. Okay, so we still have around 150,000 people in Hong Kong. It's living in a very poor environment. We call it cage house.
Very popular around here.
So this is a cultural. Nowadays, yes, the parents cannot help the kids to buy an apartment. In the old days, it's the parents tell us to work harder. Now it's the young generations we ask the parents you should work harder to help you to buy.
To help us, yeah. It's the same world over.
This is so different to the mainland. Very different.
It feels as if we haven't really walked very far.
We have though.
Have we?
Yeah, but don't forget the moving escalators
Yeah.
did a good job. Yeah.
I don't think if he said to us now, retrace your steps.
I couldn't do it.
And then this road we call Hollywood Road. This
Yeah.
road is basically selling antiques. Paintings, statues, tea bars, teapot, 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Selling
Can I ask you a question? Is it? Where is it? Can I ask you a question? Is it possible to get lost here? It's not really, is it?
Well, getting lost is part of holiday. Even myself, if I go to a very familiar place in Hong Kong, I get lost.
Yeah.
But with the technology nowadays, it's really difficult to get lost. You got Google.
Yeah. I love these old taxis. Look at that.
Okay, please beware of the traffic when we cross the road. Beware of the traffic, okay?
Yeah, I got a taxi like that from the airport yesterday, and I thought I didn't think the taxi was going to make it.
place. Let me have a picture here.
No photo.
Oh, okay.
Why is that?
The owner doesn't like,
But is this like a special restaurant
I
or?
would say this. You don't find this kind of restaurant that dine on the street a lot in Hong Kong.
That's it.
And she has this,
Even has no people dining on the street. 95% of our citizens is still very nice. They still have 5% of them. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, in Hong Kong in 1950s, when they want to start a business, but they can't afford to pay for a proper store, what they would do is they would send them to silk routes to do business, and they don't have to pay. First come, first serve. But of course not nowadays. That was in the old days. And then in the old days, that the silk route normally they would sell stocks, and then no, we're not going up. We're not going up. We're not going up. Okay, wait here first. Okay, later we'll go ahead. Okay, why I stop here is because this kind of restaurant that we dine on the streets in Hong Kong is getting less and less. Okay, but we still have some places have this kind of restaurant. Then I normally suggest the guests should go if you have time. We have a place we call the Temple Street Night Market. Temple Street Night Market. Not only tourists go there, even myself, local people will go there. Along the road we'll have water tanks, store the fresh seafood, and then we go there to have dinner, sitting on the streets. So if you want to experience our local dining, I suggest you should go to the Temple Street Night Market. That is on Kowloon side, Kowloon. And we have a train stations called Jordan Stations. The basketball player Michael Jordan Stations. Okay, and that Temple Street Night Market only open in the evening time, from 6 to 11. 6 to 11. Okay, and then besides dining, proper dining, we have 15-20 booths that sell Hong Kong street food. So you can also experience our street food. And then besides dining, we have a section for shopping. In Hong Kong, the open market, when you do shopping, you must buy. Okay, for example, if you like a t-shirt, the owner offer you 100 Hong Kong dollar in the open market. You cut into 30. End up with 50. What's your offer you? If you say no, you walk away. A second later, they grab you back. Okay, I sell you 50. Okay, but bargaining is only in the open market. Shop is not allowed to bargain. Okay, so don't bargain in the shop. Okay, so that is a place that I normally suggest guests should go. So besides shopping, besides dining, they also has a sections for what we call the fortune teller. Fortune teller. Okay, how do we see your fortune in Chinese style is palm reading your hands, face reading, and also know your day of birth to calculate your fortune. So that is a very interesting place to go. So not only for dining, shopping, it's also a local cultural thing. Okay, so if you have time, please go there, to Temple Street Night Market. Outdoor, all outdoor. Okay, this way, please.
Hello.
Same thing, I don't know why, but China now in San Francisco, you can market. USA.
Well, I don't know. Hong Kong open market you can, but store no buy.
Same thing there.
So how far is
And that is on the counter. So if you use a train, you should use the ramp starting at the central station. And then it's 3 stations away from the center. So 10 minutes on the train. And when you use the train in Hong Kong, you don't need to buy a ticket, you don't need to have what we call the Optimus card. Now all the metro you can use credit card. Okay, so you just tap your credit card, use the train, and then when you get out, no, not anymore.
Oh, I bought an octopus.
Well, you can still use it.
They did say to me you don't need one, but
Yes.
you don't need one then?
Actually, we don't.
Oh, there's no extra charge on your bank card with the.
They might have a transaction fee
Yeah.
because using different currency.
Yeah, it's possible.
Is that quite recent that you